Located in central West Virginia is America's best whitewater. Class 6 River Runners is a complete outfitter offering thrilling trips from wild for the thrill seeker to mild for families and the less adventuresome. Class 6 runs the New and Gauley Rivers beginning in April and going through the end of October. In the fall, Class 6 runs the Gauley when the Corps of Engineers lowers Summersville Lake for flood control. No one knows better about the difficulties of the Gauley than Jeff Proctor, managing partner of Class 6 River Runners.
The Gauley River is a 24-mile premier section of whitewater, one of the best in the country and definitely the best in the East. What makes it even more challenging is the put-in. If you don't have your act together when you first put in, you're never going to get it together. You really have to have your crew organized before you even set your boat in the water.
The wildest on this first stretch of water is Pillow Rock. It's one of the Gauley's most difficult rapids to run correctly. In the spring, the Gauley River can double in size when the Meadow River invades the crystal clear water coming from Summersville Dam. Hundreds of creeks and streams join the Gauley after each spring rain to provide the highest water levels of the year. In the spring, depending on the river level, Class 6 offers trips on the best section of river in the best size craft. We will either run the upper, lower, or middle section in our self-bailing rafts or inflatable kayaks. During the summer months, Class 6 offers inflatable kayak trips on the Gauley River. The kayaks, known as duckies, are easily maneuvered through the Gauley's rapids. The water is refreshingly cool and clear, and the flows are generally perfect for teaching the basic skills necessary to maneuver the river and enjoy an exciting adventure. Trip leader Bobby Bauer.
These ducky trips for all kinds of people. You can have the go-getters out there surfing a big hole, or you can hang out in the eddy and just enjoy the beautiful Gauley River Canyon. We run about a 6-mile section on the middle Gauley River in the Duckies. Our ducky trips are a real good way to learn the basics of kayaking. You learn a little bit about reading water, how to maneuver those ducks. It's a little bit more fun than the kayaks are a whole lot more stable. These things, you can move all over the place, slam into rocks sideways, and have a real good chance of staying upright. By the end of the day, after spending a few hours in a duck, you'll feel like a world-class kayaker. We run a couple of Class 3 rapids on the Middle Gauley. We set up safety with our staff throughout the rapid, but a lot of times the best rescue comes from your buddy. When you book a spring-summer Gauley trip, you have to be a little flexible. We find out at 8 o'clock in the morning what the water's doing, what type of craft we're going to be in, and what section of river we're going to be on. No matter what, you're going to have a good time.
Every river is a special river, and every trip's always a special trip for me. But the Gauley River always holds a place in my heart for the different moods that are set by the fog.
When the trip is over, rafters are bussed back to the Class 6 headquarters. After each trip, the Class 6 kitchen personnel prepare a dinner feast. A dinner with full salad bar, desserts, and beer and wine are enjoyed on the Class 6 rooftop dining patio overlooking the new River Gorge. After dinner, there's time to relax and unwind from the day's hectic trip on the Gauley River. It's aboard the bus again. This time, the destination is the New River. Raft guide Dave Arnold.
The New River is one of the wildest rivers in America, and there is a perceived thing of danger in running the New River, and that's because that danger is real.
For this reason, on any Class 6 trip, each guest is required to sign a release, waiver of liability, and assumption of risk form.
I've been guiding now for almost 20 years, and one of the most common questions asked my people is, don't you ever get bored of this? The reason we never get bored here on New River is that New River is an extremely volatile environment. It is constantly changing. Every level creates a different ride. As much as 2 or 3 inches rise or drop in the river can create a completely different run. We run in different places, there's different ways to run, a lot of patterns are changed. And for this reason, many of the people come 5, 6, 7, or 8 times. There's plenty of room for the different seasons. If you come in the spring, you catch Grand Canyon style high water. If you come in the summer, you catch the warm water. And if you come in the fall, you catch incredible fall colors. So unlike many rivers in the United States, the New River is always different. It's really like running more than one river. Every time you come, it's a different ride. Every time you come, it's a different view. It's a real pretty place to be.
Surprise Rapid. It's a real stopper, and swimming is not uncommon. But like most New River rapids, there is an easy recovery downstream.
Class 6 River Runners runs the New and the Gauley River. We run an assortment of different trips on 2 different rivers and 7 different sections. At the put-in, we usually make our last-minute adjustments to everyone's life jackets and helmets, thoroughly go over all the safety regulations and procedures, and we demonstrate how to sit in the boats, how to paddle, what to do if you fall out, and how to get back in when you do. I've been working on the river for over 20 years, teaching kids about the river, and the Upper New River adventure family trips are probably my favorite trip of all. On the return bus ride home, with what little energy is left, the kids jump in there and they yickety-yak about what a great time they've had. They talk about the rocks, they talk about jump rock, the big waves, swimming and splashing. By far, this is one of the best trips of the summer for them. A real confidence booster also.
Close to the new River Gorge Bridge is Fayette Station Rapid. It is the last big parting shot that the new river delivers to rafters.